Greetings. Yo, the Black Light here. Back again. Part 4. Battle for the Black Mind. How to think in the USA. This is an old school versus new school. Now, what young Pharaoh wants to do when he attacked the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he wants to get the brothers all riled up. He wants to, you could tell that he got to the emotions of some of those FOI when he started attacking Minister Pharaoh. And now, when he said something about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, I said, well, I got to do something, but I'm not going to debate him. No, I'm not going to debate the brother because he used too much profanity, and he liked to call people out their names. And that's not sophisticated enough. See, I got too much class for that young man's ass. So I'm not going to be going to his arena. See, because we supposed to be in the thinking of gods by this point in time. We supposed to rise above emotions and be into the thinking of God. And speaking of God, I'm going to read something who the Honorable Elijah Muhammad really is. And most of y'all don't understand the science behind this, but we're going to do our best to make you understand. Theology. Now, theology is a little different from theory, the word theory. The word theory is hypothetical, tending to theorize, speculative. Now, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad wrote a book called Theology of Time. The word theology is a Greek word. It's a noun from the word theos. The word theos meaning God. The word theos meaning God. And then logos. Logos meaning word. The study of God, of religious doctrine, and matters of divinity. The word theoretical. One, first meaning, delimited to or based on theory, hypothetical, to tendency to theorize, speculative. Theology of time defines who the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is. He's the chief principal messenger, teacher supreme angel, and the theocracy of the nation of Islam. What is theocracy? Answer. It's Greek from theos, God, and creatos, power, a government by persons or persons claiming to rule with divine authority. Elijah was anointed, appointed, and consecrated to rule with divine authority over the nation of Islam. Now, the word angel is like a messenger, and he had no alternative but to deliver the message. And to deliver the message right and exact, or be eliminated from existence. And that's what he did. He had no dealings with being a pedophile like the young Pharaoh was claiming. And how can you tell? You judge a tree by the fruit. When he left away from here, he had thousands, if not millions, of followers all across the planet. He had raised up the black community to the status where you see nowadays where the Arabs over in Dearborn is, how they rolling over there in Dearborn. That's how the brothers was rolling. Not just in Dearborn, but here in Detroit, here in over there in Chicago, and other places. And even though they tried to break up his rule, he had the beast by the throat. You see that brother behind me? He had the beast by the throat. Muhammad had the devil on the run. And the only thing he could do was bow down to him. They gave him a parade. Key to the city. The devils bowed down to Elijah Muhammad. But that don't stop them from being the devil. They still gonna try to destroy his legacy. But they know they had to wait for him to pass away and get the more weaker ones. But that don't stop no show. The show must go on. Now, the reason why we're showing y'all this is because I'm going to come back after this. Maybe in the next video I'm going to tell you what we're trying to do. But just watch this.
Be it information in the form of written text or advanced ancient structures, like the Kailas Temple, one of 32 cave temples and monasteries located within the Ellora caves in India. Their knowledge, how they acquired it, and how they constructed their masterpieces remains a complete mystery. With all of our modern day technology, knowledge and wisdom, there is still no way to accomplish some of the feats of civilizations past, feats that required an extremely advanced understanding of mathematics, physics, and more. There is evidence that many ancient achievements required an extremely advanced form of technology as well, and many examples to prove these assertions. Sometimes it seems we are relearning much of the knowledge kept by the ancient world. This is exactly why the burning of the Library of Alexandria was such a great tragedy. It was one of the greatest libraries in human history, holding a vast archive of manuscripts and books from all over the ancient world, and what our ancients would have themselves considered ancient. The Library of Alexandria was built after the famous Alexander the Great, who conquered Egypt and acquired knowledge from all parts of the globe. From east to west, the teachings of multiple civilizations throughout human history up to that time could be found in the Great Library of Alexandria. The Great Library of Alexandria was located in Alexandria, Egypt, and was dedicated to the Muses, the 9 goddesses of the arts. Alexandria, Egypt, was considered the capital of knowledge and learning, in part because of the Great Library. The library was part of a larger research and tuition called the Museum of Alexandria, where many of the most famous thinkers of the ancient world studied. The library was created by Ptolemy, who was a Macedonian general and the successor of Alexander the Great. The books and scrolls contained in this library touch upon every subject that concerns humanity, from health, science, and astronomy, to geology, philosophy, mysticism, magic, knowledge of the spiritual world, and more. Manly P. Hall describes it as follows in The Secret Teachings of All Ages.
Now, 2 things I want to touch up on before we get out of here. Musa, known to most of the world as Moses. That's where they got the word museum from. Manly P. Hall, a Masonic scholar. That's where the Masons got their 33 and the third knowledge from. Because you know why? The books weren't destroyed. The books is hidden. The books is hidden in the basement of the Vatican. Some of them are over in the Library of Congress. When Master Pharaoh came to teach the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he made the Honorable Elijah Muhammad study 103 books, I think it was. No, 100, yeah. In 3.5 years, he had to learn that. So check this out. This is to be continued. And catch this vibe, y'all.